We got one last legendary doggo to cover, except it's actually a cat. With 130 HP, electric types got their own draw engine, while Raikou is slightly less bulky than his brothers, which seems to be a recurrent theme within electric types. Voltaic Bullet is a really solid attack, dealing 60 damage for 2 energy and 10 damage to an opposing Pokemon on the bench. This attack provides Raikou with excellent synergy for Cyrus. Raikou can truly shine as both a draw engine and Cyrus enabler, spreading out damage across 2 different targets, leaving the opponent's key Pokemon marked so that a stronger attacker can come in and take them out before they're ready to strike. Before we jump onto today's deck, I thought I'd take a moment to share 2 of my most precious possessions. Ocarine from Steins Gate and Eraserhead from My Hero Academia. I had to fly all the way over to Japan to get these, and it turns out you don't. Today's video is sponsored by Zen Market. Zen Market is a proxy shopping service that helps you buy and ship goods directly from Japanese sites as if you were a local, without needing to know Japanese and or have access to a Japanese address. Here's how it works. You click on the link in the description down below, which will take you to the sign up page. As you sign up, you will receive 500 Zen points. You can add 1,000 more to that by using my promo code MEGAMOGWAI. These Zen points equate to yens, which will be discounted from your international shipping fee. Once that's done, you're ready to go shopping in Japan. You can either search Japanese online stores on the internet or use the site's tabs. If you wish to purchase a product you see on a Japanese site, all you gotta do is copy the URL of said product. Go to Zen Market, paste the link on the search bar, and voila, there it is. Zen Market will have your purchase delivered directly to your home. Zen Market has integrated tabs for several key Japanese stores. All you gotta do is click on the tabs and start browsing the stores in your preferred language. Speaking of languages, Zen Market provides 19 different languages and great customer service. They'll make sure your purchases are well packed and well consolidated. No consolidation fees, by the way. With Zen Market, you can buy almost anything from any Japanese online store, as long as it is eligible for international shipping. Click on the link in the description down below. Sign up using the MegaMogwai promo code and enjoy a 1,000 yen discount from international shipping. Thanks again to Zen Market for sponsoring today's video. Today's deck aims to make use of everything Raikou has to offer. A combo-centric build that excels at finding Magneton early, leaving our opponent's EX Pokemon vulnerable to an endgame Cyrus. Our ideal lead is Raikou, who provides us with an extra card draw at the end of each turn. As we find Magneton, we begin to Volt Charge. A full set of Elemental Switch allows us to make use of this free energy to potentially accelerate our Raikou while going first, or quickly enable Pikachu's all-powerful Thunderbolt. Raikou's attack leaves Pokemon on the bench marked, so the idea is to use Raikou as a lead to draw through our deck quickly, score a point with him while leaving their win condition damaged. Raikou and Magnezone pair extremely well together, as Raikou not only allows you to complete the evolution more consistently, Magneton builds up energy on its own, meaning we don't have to worry about losing momentum by placing our first 2 energies onto Raikou. While not as busted as Suicune, Raikou definitely takes the silver medal when it comes to legendary beasts. A draw engine that makes it so that no bench Pokemon is safe is one hell of a Pokemon to lead off with. What Pokemon should up to the ground next? Do the finish! Leave a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free. Free is good. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Here we go. Let's play some Raikou. We don't have a Raikou lead. We have the Magnemite instead. We're going first. And there's a milk tank right there. Okay. Well, there he is. No way to pivot immediately, though, unfortunately. As we pretty much have the entire squad here. Now, because we're facing off against a milk tank, we can take a bit of a different approach here. I don't really understand the purpose of this. Like, this just actually helps me. Like, I want to send Raikou to the front. Like, this Sabrina is... This Sabrina is pretty great. Not gonna lie, this Sabrina was pretty good for us. Let's drop that Magneton immediately and start charging. And let's think about where to place our energy here. Why not just start attacking this immediately? With an elemental switch. Forcing them to heal, applying pressure while also drawing cards. That feels pretty good. That actually feels really nice. They obviously got all the healing in the world, but they don't even bother placing an energy. Okay, the next one will deal 70 damage. We could be in a situation where they have like a Giovanni or something. I see no reason not to place this giant cape here. Start building up energy onto Pikachu EX as well. And Voltaic Bullet. Keep firing electric bullets. Forcing them to heal and continuing to draw through our deck. That Sabrina was really funny. It just actually helped us. And they play Team Rocket Grunt, but they don't put the extra energy themselves. And yeah, that was our battle against Miltank, ladies and gentlemen. That was the fight. Didn't even lose a signal. Again, I'm not a believer in all-in Miltank, because Miltank's HP, even with a giant cape, does not put you out of range from a lot of high-end attacks. A great example of one that you should be always prepared for is Giratina's Chaotic Impact. Miltank can't actually survive that even at full HP. So going all in with Miltank and just running a bunch of supporters and trainer cards in general is not really the way to go. You need to pair, whether you like it or not, you need to pair Miltank with something else. I'm going to be uploading a Miltank video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. And I'll show you how I approach it. Let's keep going. Round 2. Don't mind if I do. Electric versus electric. All right. Well, the good thing is our Magnezone allows us to easily deal with the likes of Oricorio. Pichu with Magnemite, though, that's a little bit odd. Because it's kind of redundant, right? If you're playing the standard Magneton Magnezone, because that Pokemon generates energy for itself, so you want to be ramping into something else. But the issue with combining Pichu with a Pokemon like this is that if you don't find the other Pokemon that you want to ramp into, then you can have some very awkward openers. But with the Professor's Research and a Pokeball, it does seem like they found what they needed. And the thing is, this Pichu is going to be a liability. If they want to go with a Pikachu, like, I can target this with my Raikou. I'm going to go ahead and drop this Pokeball, see what we get. We find Pikachu EX. Very nice. I'm just going to drop everything at this point. And I want to go ahead and get that attack through. Gotta keep in mind, like, this Pikachu is going to come in and deal 90 damage. I'm going to be able to retaliate, dealing 60 and harming the Pichu. And I'm going to have to bank on my draws afterwards, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the energy onto you. I'm going to let Legendary Pulse trigger. And in hopes to finding Magneton, basically. As they go for the Circle Secret, and we quite simply aim to retaliate here. There's the Elemental Switch. So if we top deck into Magneton, we can immediately attack with the other Raikou. Which is why we're sending it to the front here. We haven't drawn a single Professor's Research, so we have 2 Professor's Research and 2 Magnetons in the deck, which greatly enhances our chances of finding it. We don't find it, though. Unfortunately. That's kind of insane. Holy. Okay, we had both magnetons at the very bottom. And we're dead to a magneton of their own. If they manage to find magneton, then so be it. Not even with all of our card draw, like that's insane. Yeah, they were literally at the bottom of our deck. And our professor's research as well, like the fact that we drew them so late, otherwise we would have drawn through our deck already. Like really unfortunate series of draws. Let's see if our opponent's brick as well, because otherwise we are so screwed. There is an Oricorio. There's Oricorio, but Oricorio is not enough to kill us. I guess both of us just could not find Magneton. They had a crazy opener with the Pikachu EX at least, though. That applied a lot of pressure from the get-go. So they didn't really, like, they actually benefited from going first because of that. But it was the Magneton-less battle. Both Magnemites just could not evolve. What an epic showcase! It's round 3. Back to first. I'm okay with it as long as I find Magneton. There we go. But no. Okay. Alright. I mean, it's still a good opening hand. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting Sylveon Espeon. It's like 90% of the time is that. We have Magnemite. We have Pikachu. What are we missing here? I mean, we really want to find some other basics as well, so I'm not gonna thin the deck out of them before I go for the professor's research. Now I am. There's Raikou, and another Magnemite would be nice, yes, because now we can do this. Raikou here, Magnemite here, and Pikachu here. If my Raikou was in the front, I would be able to attack immediately. If I top deck Leaf, I can, or X Speed, but I don't, unfortunately. So I'm gonna drop this Magneton in the back. I'm gonna start Volt Charging. And then we have to make a decision here. And that decision involves sending Raikou to the front. So we can capitalize on the legendary pulse. They probably think, you know, they should be accounting for Elemental Switch, but who knows, right? There's the rare candy. Now the question is this... It's actually Hypnoblast Gengar, okay. This could be problematic if I don't wake up here. Oh, come on, Raikou. Come on. Come on, boy. You got this. You got... Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. So I need to do this and Volcanic Boatlet this. Which means I'm gonna have to go with Magnezone immediately. and pray. I gotta pray because they had a really strong start. That Hypnoblast Gengar applied a lot of pressure to us. And now I just don't quite have the energy to deal with this. But I can always top deck Leaf or X Speed to be able to do it. So right now we're just gonna go with this and we're gonna apply a Giant Cape. To blast this away, and we're gonna hope that we can top deck X Speed so we can pivot into Raikou. If Gengar comes online, they need to find the other Gengar. They've been able to evolve one Gengar. We've only been able to evolve one Magnezone, so... Okay. That Magneton is clutch. That Magneton is clutch, because now I can send in Raikou. Or just Pikachu. And hope they don't top deck a Cyrus. It's about this top deck. Everything lies on this top deck. Ah! Oh, we got out of that one. Oh, that was rough. Pikachu. I choose you. To finish them! Whoo! Okay. Oh, that was a lot of pressure. They ran both Gengars. And they easily got to evolve. Like, they managed to find the pieces for both of them. The Hypnoblast one dealing 70 damage. Definitely. I mean, Giant Cape helps out a lot in that kind of scenario, right? But we were lucky to not get asleep there. Otherwise, like, yeah, that's the thing about Hypnoblast Gengar. It's 50% of the time, right? But 50% of the time, it can just downright win games on its own. Putting a Pokemon to sleep by dealing 70 damage is a really big deal. And yeah, we just got a lot of pressure. That Oricorio in the bat dealing 80 damage for one energy, like, it was just a lot of damage. And while we have a lot of output offensively, you know, our HP stats don't hit the highest marks, right? So we are vulnerable to crazy early aggression. We back-to-back faced off like aggro-ish decks, really. But well, we managed to find a way. And also, card draw definitely mattered. Let's keep on going. And back to second. You love to see it. This deck definitely prefers going second. We got that Raikou lead. With Magnemite in the back. And we have Leaf. And, oh, I mean, okay, I was like, well, they're playing the Vanilla Sneasel. It probably means, yeah, the new Sneasel, I think, is ultimately just a far more consistent option than the old Sneasel. It's just dealing, it's the vanilla 60-20, right? But this is, I would be shocked if this wasn't like Weavile EX. So let us go for the Professor's Research first. As we find pieces. If we get hit with this, like the Giant Cape, I want to be more useful with it. I'm worried about them attacking my hand, obviously, because I'm drawing a lot here. If I find Elemental Switch, like, I am actually able to... Oh, no, they're actually playing the... What the hell? Whoa. Okay, well, that does warrant my Giant Cape. I'm gonna drop Magneton. Build that up. Volt Charge. And we're gonna hold on to that Elemental Switch to enable Pikachu EX later, as we're gonna go for the Voltaic Bullet. I have really hard time pronouncing this attack. Voltaic Bullet. Voltaic? There it is. There's our finisher, ladies and gentlemen. There is our finisher. We already have Cyrus enabled in many different ways, and because this Weavile is not really much of a threat, I may just target the Yanmega instead. Especially if we are talking about Yanmega EX. There's Pichu right there. I mean, Yanmega is already damaged, but they could potentially heal it. They play Darkness Energy. Wouldn't be surprised to see Darkrai as well. They could be thinking about using a Sabrina here. No, they played Professor's Research, so they can't. Oh, they're charging that. They are charging that, ladies and gentlemen. And what we're gonna do in response is just build up the Pikachu. We're always vulnerable to like hand disruption. Yeah, that they oh my god, they derp to a degree that I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, that's happened to me, to be honest. Like, Pichu cannot ramp onto evolved targets. But if they hadn't evolved, I would have been able to kill the Yanmega, so... It's a misplay, but the consequences of them not making that misplay would have been harsher, which is funny. I think at this point, we just full attack bullet and just hit this again. Or hit you. Nah, let's just hit Yanmega. I don't want to use my Cyrus just yet. Like, I want to guarantee that my Pikachu finishes the game next turn, no matter what. And that is the combination of Cyrus and Elemental Switch. My biggest worry, as is generally going to be the thing with this deck, is hand disruption. A red card, a Mars, can definitely set me back. Or, you know, they cannot have it. That's also a thing. But this game really highlights, like, the theory behind this deck, right? We're able to draw through our deck to easily evolve, find the Magneton, right? Finding the Magneton enables so many things because all of a sudden our Pikachu EX is able to just threaten with a Thunderbolt. Sometimes even with like no energy invested on it, if we're able to find 2 elemental switches. And it's unlike Zeraora, we're constantly generating free energy with that Magneton and we just get to shuffle it around. And Raikou is the centerpiece that really allows us to find all the pieces because it's a very combo-centric deck actually. Like, we're resorting to Elemental Switch, we want to find Magneton, we want to be able to evolve into Magnezone, and on top of that, we get to run a full set of Cyrus and easily enable it with this Pokemon right here. So I think this is a really solid Raikou cook, and we're just gonna keep on going. Another round, another going second, and again, I don't mind as much going first if I find my combo pieces right. We got a lot of pivoting here, but we have Magneton in hand, and that's already a win. I mean, not literally like a win in the match. I mean, it's just a win for like an opening hand. Having Magneton is really important, and it's Doggo versus Cat. A legendary beast showdown here. As they go for the research, and we're gonna see if we can find Magnemite. We have 3 draws to do so. There's a Pokeball because we really want to find Magnemite. I'm going to Professor's Research before I thin my deck out of basics to enhance my chances of finding ya boy. And we do. Okay, so I'm going to drop the Magnemite here. I'm going to play Raikou. And I'm going to draw 2. Pick up another Pokeball there. That could be a Pikachu. Maybe dropping the second Raikou. I was a little bit too afraid of... I think playing this Raikou, I was a little bit too afraid of the red card, and I just kind of like played a little bit into it, which is bad, because now if they play another Pokemon here, they deal 100 damage, which is enough to knock me out. But how much of a problem is that if I follow it up with a Magnezone attack? I'm dealing 80 damage to you, dropping you nice and low, and I'm targeting that Greninja in the back. I can just aim for a sweep after that, right? And I have quite a few chances of picking up a Cyrus with this extra draw as I hit that Greninja in the back. I think this is worth. Though I could also just like leaf and no, there's no longer. Did a little bit of overthinking there. I could have pivoted easily. There's a Cyrus though. That's huge. That's huge. If I could just keep my hand here. This is the critical turn. This is the critical turn right here. Placing this Raikou was ultimately a mistake. But we got the typing advantage. And we get to preserve Leaf in case they try to like Cyrus us to stall us. And because I don't want that to happen, I can knock out this Suicune and then I can go for the Cyrus next. So what is it that I need here? Let's go for the research. And now that we have this, yeah, they could see that. I was overthinking a little bit. I was just thinking, how can I get screwed here? But, you know, building up a Magnezone against a deck like that, we just like one-shot everything at that point. Except for Suicune at full health. So I actually need to prioritize Suicune, get the 2 points on it, and then the rest is easy. I just wanted to make sure that I couldn't, because there are some things that they can do to disrupt us, right? Like they can red card us and then ping the Pokemon in the back, the Raikou, and try to trap us in with that 2 retreat cost, right? But we have Elemental Switch. Like we have many ways of going around that. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't slipping up anywhere, right? Because that's a very good matchup, and I didn't want to mess it up, essentially. And I was guilty of overthinking a little bit. But, you know, Cat wins. All right. Second again. I would like to have more opportunities to go first, though, because there is the chance for us to set up that quick Voltaic Bullet, and I really like showcasing that. I'm going to drop double Magnemite, though, in the back. But Old Scyther. So it's not Scizor. Okay. But if I go first, yeah, I can evolve. Like, if I find Magneton, so Magnemite, Magneton, and Elemental Switch, I can enable a ramp into Voltaic Bullet going first. So I can basically, on my second turn going first, I can already attack, which is pretty crazy. And we got double Scyther here. I'm not really sure what I'm facing. In fact, I have no idea. Did I just forget to wait? No, it's my first turn. Okay. For a moment, I was like, did I forget to like actually place an energy on him? But this is my second turn. Okay, we find Pikachu, and we're lacking Magneton. But the power of Legendary Pulse allows us to just run through our deck as they Sabrina us. So we'll Leaf. In response, no Magneton yet, but our free pivot will allow us to apply pressure right back immediately. Leaf to counter the Sabrina. A counterplay as old as Pokemon Pocket itself. Well, not exactly. Mythical Island onwards. As we get that Voltaic Boatlet and we draw into a Giant Cape. Magneton is plain hard to get. It's just Magneton things. They repel. I pivot into this, I guess. That Celebi is not actually useless. At least not initially. Okay, now we're talking. Watch this neat little trick right here. We're gonna charge you up. We're gonna pivot with you. Right back into you. And now we're gonna Cyrus you. And we're gonna hit you. Cyrus Showcase here, ladies and gentlemen. And draw more cards. There's the elemental switch. And I'm ready to just Cyrus again. Oh yeah. Concede incoming. In 3, 2, 1. And, you know, when you face decks like that, you know, maybe like electric decks with Oricorio, you know, decks with lower... most matchups like that tend to be electric mirrors when you're running into Oricorio and the likes. But, you know, there's also other decks, you know, that have, like, fast attackers that, with low... I don't know about combining with Scyther, personally, but I definitely want to try that new Celebi. The new Celebi is really... it's quite spicy. But in general, when you're not under, like, tremendous pressure from the get-go... Raikou, like double Cyrus, is a very easy way to just snatch a win. You just get the favorable trades, you weaken something, you put it at range, you swap them around, and you just have all this constant targeting. And sometimes just Raikou can win alone. But if not, you can deal with something weaker and then damage to the EX target, and then bring it in with Cyrus and smack it with Magnezone or Pikachu EX. That's the idea. Okay. Going first. I'm actually excited for going first because it means there is a possibility that we can showcase the early Raikou, even though I don't know if that's going to happen here because we don't even have Magnemite. We would have to draw out in Magnemite now for this to be possible, and we don't. So I'm going to keep Pikachu in hand, though, because the more I develop onto the board, the more I'm going to empower Suicune, so Pikachu can wait. Pikachu can certainly wait. Wait, they have grass-type energy? Wait, what? I just realized. What? What is happening? I am extremely confused here. And these series of draws have been downright atrocious, but this is a dual energy deck. Why are they playing grass? Because of Victory Bell? The hell? I'm just gonna quite simply do this into this. As long as I develop into my bench, even if they attack my hand, I mean, honestly, they probably would be doing me a favor at this point because what the hell is this? But now their attack caps at 60, which isn't even enough to 2-KO me on its own. They have missed. They play. Yeah, of course. They get four energy out of it. I mean, they kind of need that kind of luck, to be honest, at this point. Omega lol. Can somebody explain to me what's going on? I have too many cards in hand and I can't draw. That is insane. I didn't even realize that was potentially a thing. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. That's actually what you're kidding me. I'm gonna just drop this X speed just to have space to draw. No, I actually need to drop something else. You know, screw drawing. Drawing is for nerds. That's actually insane. Like I just drew so much trash because I just couldn't find, like, I just could not draw into Magnemite. And I also was facing a Suicune, so I didn't want to develop onto my board. And I ended up in a situation where I maxed out. Yeah, it says right here, I have 10 cards in my hand, so I cannot draw anymore. That's the first time that that's ever happened to me. And I think, you know, for the intro's sake, I'm gonna let your boy Pikachu finish this. With a nice slick switch play. Pikachu, take it away. What the hell was this? I mean, they cooked. I have no idea what the dish was, but that threw me off. And back to second. I guess whatever the hell that was. We actually have Magnemite and Magneton. It is possible, after all. Zeraora and Ho. Okay. Well, we hit you super effectively. And they played Dragonite too. If I can get the kill on Zeraora, though, that would allow the kill on the EX Pokemon to win us the game. So there's our boy Raikou. So I do not want this Magnemite to take damage. So I'm gonna pivot right into Raikou for the card draw. While also dropping another one to protect against a Sabrina play and a hand attack as well, as we pick up the professor's research. Now we have a pretty good chance of finding Elemental Switch, which can surprise them. Like, if they just go in with this Zeraora to attack to beat down our Raikou, we can actually surprise them with an attack that they don't think is possible to happen now that we've consumed that energy in our pivot. Our Raikou is bulky enough to survive 3 hits or 2 hits from this thing, no matter what. Let's see if we can find the Elemental Switch here. Here we go. We do not find it. Let's thin the deck a little bit more. Let's see what we get here. We got Pikachu with the Thunderbolt. Okay. Where am I placing this energy? If I want to one-shot this Zeraora immediately as they attack me next turn, I probably need the energy onto Magneton, and then I can potentially pivot with the X speed into it. Just for now, let's just place the energy onto you, just in case. Knocking out Zeraora before they can rally over the energy to that is a big deal. There's the elemental switch. A turn too late, unfortunately, unless I pivot into this instead. The problem is if I don't send the Magnezone immediately, then they could always Cyrus. Do they have Cyrus? They could Cyrus me and kill it, but they need yeah. And then that leaves me super vulnerable, right? Nah, I'm gonna do this. Making use of the Raikou, like getting rid of the Zeraora that has 2 energy invested on it, and my opponent's not really having a way to kill my Raikou in 1 hit. I can actually use Elemental Switch to protect against a Cyrus trying to lock me in. Their board is just too, like, now their energy production is just too far behind. My Magnezone just deals tremendous pressure, even if it kind of like locks me in because I developed double Raikou. I don't have space to play another Magneton setup. I don't think I need it. With double Cyrus, I think I have all the pieces in hand already. There's the Cyrus on that. Another elemental switch can make use of this. This Magnezone is now just a source of energy for me. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to elemental switch. And I'm going to threaten Ho. As they go for the Dawn, but the question is, do you have the healing? That's my question here. Do you have the healing? That's 1 card in hand. Do you have the healing? Three other cards left in hand. You don't. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Double elemental switch. Oh man, that's a sexy win. We have to think outside the box here because I think the Magnezone early applied a lot of pressure. And I'm not used to using Elemental Switch to take the energy from Magnezone, but it is what it is. Beautiful. With that super effective coverage, let's go! Clean! Beautiful. And that's basically the deck. We had a great session, and sometimes we had really ugly luck. Like, we just kept having like either Magnemite or Magneton at the very bottom of our deck, and we couldn't really get going. But Raikou's draw power is just so good with Magnezone because you being able to find Magneton early allows all sorts of wacky stuff, especially with Elemental Switch being an item and not a supporter. You can combine it with Cyrus on the same turn. I really like the build. I think Raikou is about as good as I expected it to be. I still think Suicune is overall the best of the 3, just because his attack is really crazy. If you play too much around, then you could actually, like, not draw cards because your hand is full. But all in all, Raikou is definitely, he takes a silver medal for sure. That Cyrus synergy is just really strong. Though sometimes the 10 less HP definitely comes into play, so that is something that you got to watch out for. Yeah, it can be an issue sometimes, for sure. But I like it. This was fun. We got the 3 Bs covered. Now we move on to other things. Tomorrow, we're going to do a little bit of Milk Tank, and I'll see what we do afterwards. Love you. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.